This is my first video update coming to you from Nicosia, Cyprus on this Saturday. Let's talk about those Twitter files. Twitter files number 4 or number 5, I'm starting to lose count, doesn't matter. Matt Taibbi, he put out a pretty big thread of the latest Twitter files documents. And what did we learn from these Twitter files? Well, nothing shocking, though it was very interesting to actually finally have the evidence, to actually finally have the receipts. The general revelation that the FBI works very, very closely with Twitter, to the point of Twitter acting as a subsidiary, Matt Taibbi's words, not mine, a subsidiary of the three-letter agencies, should not be a shock to anybody. But it was interesting to see the amount of cooperation and messaging that took place between the FBI and Twitter employees. For example, you had something like 150 messages between January 2020 to November, I think, 2022 or something like that. 150 messages between the FBI and Yoel Roth, who was Twitter's chief censor. I think his title was something like safety and trust manager or something like that. Anyway, they were communicating all the time. And basically the FBI, what they had, according to this, to the latest Twitter files, is they had special software and access to pretty much Twitter's dashboard, and they would actually monitor activity and tweets on the social network, and then they would send emails to Roth and other Twitter employees, and they'd be like, take these guys down and suspend their accounts. And then the Twitter employees, and this was a really interesting revelation, according to Taibbi, the Twitter employees would actually search for, should I go? Yeah, I should go. They would actually search for reasons to suspend the accounts. The accounts didn't violate any terms or anything, but because the FBI wanted them down, the Twitter employees would go searching through the accounts and figure out excuses to suspend them. So I thought that was a very interesting revelation. Basically, what we found out is that the FBI and Twitter were they were like peas in a pod, like peanut butter and jelly. Best buddies, bros. They were the FBI pretty much had a corner office at Twitter HQ. That's what was going on. Which way do I want to go? No, I want to go inside this way. My bad. I should have taken this right. So, nothing shocking. Nothing shocking at all with this with these latest documents. But it is interesting to see how buddy they were. I mean, they were wishing each other happy holidays and stuff like that, and they would have weekly meetings. The FBI would be sending a message to one of the Twitter employees, and they'd be like, happy holidays, and don't forget, we have an FBI Twitter meeting tomorrow or next week, stuff like that. So, I mean, it was, man, oh man. And you're telling me that that Twitter's a private company. Give me a break. If you believe that Twitter was acting as a private company, I've got a basketball court in a church in Cyprus to sell you if you buy into that. So this is Saint Dimitri is where we are right now. And so that was the Twitter files, the latest thread from Taibbi. I'll put a link down below to Zero Hedge. Zero Hedge does a good job in curating it, and and putting it all in one place. I'll put a link down below in the description box. And no surprise, but good to see all of the messages and to see how they work and how they operate. That was the interesting part to it. No doubt, this smashes all types of, in my opinion, I'm not a lawyer, but we're going to have to speak with Robert Barnes, and we are going to have Robert Barnes on the Duran on Tuesday. So I'm sure this is going to be one of the big topics that we're going to discuss. But I would imagine that this tramples all over the First Amendment. I mean, this must trample all over it, because the FBI was basically using Twitter to censor it. And actually, another interesting part about this release was that the FBI, they hated humor. I mean, they went after all kinds of parody, meme, joke Twitter accounts, even accounts with like small followings, like 100 followers or 200 followers. They went after any account that was putting out jokes specifically related to the election. But the FBI, they do not have a sense of humor. That's for sure. Or actually, the FBI understands that humor, sarcasm, parody, memes, they understand that stuff like that really cuts through. And that's why they wanted those accounts suspended. And they went after all kinds of comedy and parody, sarcasm accounts and tweets. So I thought that was interesting. The FBI, they understand, the deep state knows that comedy is very effective. And so they want to try to crush it. And Twitter helped them. So Elon Musk, he decided to suspend a bunch of mainstream media journalists the other day because they doxed his location. And from what I understand, there's like a program that he banned on Twitter, which shows where he is, what flights he's taking and his locations in real time. And he banned it from Twitter. And then these journalists, as a kind of a joke between themselves, we're talking like CNN, Washington Post, New York Times, between these blue checkmark journalists, these very privileged mainstream media guys and gals, they were sharing the link to this real-time information of Musk's flights on Twitter, because they actually couldn't embed it. They couldn't actually put it into Twitter because it was banned. So they were like placing links to third-party websites that had Elon Musk's real-time information. They would laugh about it and joke about it, ha ha ha, he he he. We've got a way to share Elon Musk's location and stuff like that. And a couple of days before, I believe one of Elon's kids was also doxxed, and some journalists or someone was chasing down his son, I believe, who was driving in his car, and they were chasing him down as well. A pretty dangerous situation, actually. That is dangerous, to chase down someone who's driving. If you dox his location or his car, his license plate, and then to chase him down, that is dangerous. That's not cool. But anyway, long story short, Elon Musk, he banned all of these journalists from CNN, Washington Post, New York Times. These cool kids, they thought they were the cool kids. He banned all of them, and boy, did they flip out. I mean, they flipped out. Talk about crying and complaining. Man, oh man. For which I just have to say what everyone else is saying. If you have a problem with the way Elon Musk is running Twitter, start up your own social network. I mean, wasn't that what you were telling everybody for so long, that was getting suspended and canceled? The people that CNN and New York Times were pushing to get canceled the past 5-6 years, and the people that they were looking to silence, wasn't the argument that Twitter is a private company, and if you don't like it, start your own Twitter? So I mean, whatever complaints all these people have, like I was watching CNN and they were complaining about it. Don Lemon was complaining, oh my God, I can't believe that Elon Musk banned some CNN journalist. He must have thin skin and stuff like that. I mean, Don Lemon, start your own Twitter, man. I mean, What are you complaining about? just do it, you know? Twitter's a private company. It could do whatever it wants, right? If Elon Musk wants to be king of Twitter and ban whoever he wants by his own rules, you know, according to your rules, he's allowed to do it. So, you know, start up Lemon Twitter, Don Lemon Twitter, or CNN Twitter, whatever. Anyway, they all freaked out. And so, you know, in this instance, Elon Musk kind of exposed the deep state, whether he meant to or not, whether this was intentional, like a 7D chess move, or this was just Elon Musk saying, look, no doxing under any circumstances. I don't care if it's an airplane, flight location, I don't care. There's going to be no doxing on Twitter. That's the rules. If those are the rules, those are the rules. But he really did expose what is the deep state. And it even carries over to the European Union, because the EU, they threatened Musk with actions, banning and sanctions and stuff like that. Sanctions. The EU has gone sanction crazy. Anyway, they're threatening Elon Musk with sanctions because Elon Musk, he suspended the mainstream media journalists from CNN and the New York Times and the Washington Post and these people. News about arbitrary suspension of journalists on Twitter is worrying, wrote EU Commissioner for Value and Transparency Vera Jourova in a tweet on Friday. The EU's Digital Services Act requires respect of media freedom and fundamental rights, she said, adding that these rights are reinforced under the recently adopted European Media Freedom Act. Elon Musk should be aware of that. There are red lines and sanctions soon, Jourova warned, as the Digital Services Act is set to start coming into force next summer and will be fully implemented by 2024. Listen to her title, the Commissioner of Values and Transparency. Just give another $50 billion to Elensky. European Union Commissioner of Value and Transparency. Meanwhile, Elensky is banning all media outlets. He's banning the Russian language. He's banning the Hungarian language. He's banning opposition parties. The EU is banning Russian media. Just the other day, just yesterday, the EU passed the 9th sanctions package, and they banned 4 more Russian media television companies from broadcasting in the European Union. They also went after various singers and artists and stuff like that with sanctions. Moldova is banning Russian TV stations as well. I think they're banning something like 2 or 3 of the most popular television channels in Moldova. They're banning them as well because they're owned by like a Russian oligarch or something like that. And Moldova is a candidate country, right, for to get into the EU. So yeah, the EU Values and Transparency Commissioner. Okay, I think that she better do a better job in Ukraine, spreading some of those transparent values. Maybe she needs to look at the Elensky regime before she starts sanctioning Elon Musk. But it shows you how connected the deep state is. Even the EU is now saying, crap, you suspended some of our media foot soldiers. Well, now we've got to hit you, Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk should tell the EU, do whatever you want, sanction me. That's what Elon Musk should tell the European Union. Elon, if you're watching this video, tell the European Union to pound sand. You want to sanction me? Go ahead, like Rumble did with France, where France said, we're gonna cut you off, and Rumble said, you know what? Let me save you the trouble and just take down Rumble in France. People that want to get onto Twitter, they'll go via VPN and stuff like that. They'll find a way. But yeah, that's what Elon Musk should do. The EU wouldn't last a day because this commissioner, she put this out on Twitter. She made this warning. She threatened Elon Musk on the very platform that he owns. They wouldn't last a day. They'll be begging Elon Musk to open up Twitter again to the European Union. I'll put money on it. No doubt about it. They're addicted to Twitter. They love Twitter. So yeah, this is the deep state. you're probably talking about 5 or 10,000 people around the world that make up the deep state. You know, top level guys, Schwab, Soros, all of these guys. You have middle tier, lower level. Then you got the journalists who are, you know, helping out the main level guys to get things done. Anyway, so yeah, the European Union, they finalized a 9th sanctions package. And it was pretty much what I reported on the other day. I mean, as I said, they went after media companies, TV companies, Russian TV companies, individuals, entities involved in defense, trying to go after the drone program of Russia, trying to stop that. And that's it. They couldn't pass any type of gas cap or anything like that. They stumbled big time there because what happened is that they want to put a cap on gas. And they want the price cap. At first, the price cap was going to be something like $275 per megawatt hour based on European exchanges. So that was going to be the target. But countries were the usual actors, you know who they are. They were getting upset, saying that price cap needs to be lower because it's not going to be effective. 275 per megawatt hour. Eurowatt hour. What the hell's a eurowatt hour? Gigawatts. No, megawatts. And they were like, no, not 275. Make it 220. And then there were other countries that were saying, not 220. Make it 160. And so they couldn't agree. And so they just ended up scrapping it for now. You know my philosophy on this. My philosophy on any price cap for the European Union towards any type of Russian commodities or any commodities is 99 cents. 160. What about 99 cents per megawatt hour? I think that is that's a more proper price cap. Why do you limit yourself, European Union, with this 275 euros per megawatt hour or 160 per megawatt hour? All of this is in accordance with the exchange in the Netherlands, the Tidal Transfers Facility Hub, and the Intercontinental Exchange, the ICE and the TTF. And so the target was 275 euros, $292 per megawatt hour, and $58 higher than the LNG reference price for 2 weeks. And then they went all the way down to 160 euros with a 20 euro spread, and they still couldn't agree. So the real important stuff with the 9th sanctions package, or what you could call important stuff, I say the real stupid stuff like the price caps, they couldn't figure it out. Even Hungary, they got a carve out in this sanctions package. They actually got special conditions from the European Commission to import hydrocarbons from Russia. And the cost, this is the best part about it, the cost that Hungary's going to have from this carve-out to import electricity, to import gas and oil and energy from Russia for this carve-out, so Hungary could agree to this 9 sanctions package, is going to be 6 times cheaper than what every other country in the EU is going to be spending. Oh man, Hungary. Yeah, Hungary's smart. They've got long-term contracts in place with Russia. They're going to the EU and they're saying, look, put whatever damn gas caps you want to put and oil caps and whatever. Put whatever you want. We'll vote for this sanctions package, but we have to get a carve out. If you want us to go along with this, you have to let us be able to continue to honor these long-term contracts and to bring in Russian commodities, Russian energy into Hungary. And the EU buckled and they said, okay, because they want that vote. You know, van der Crazy, she wanted this 9th sanctions package to go through before the end of the year because, you know, she wants to get in front of the podium and say, Russia's economy is in tatters. It is in tatters. We have passed a 9th sanctions package, and Putin now is going from house to house, apartment to apartment, and he's trying to find chips to get those drones in the air because their economy is in tatters and their war machine is being dismantled because of our ninth sanctions package. And Hungary is saying, yeah, whatever, bring in that Russian gas, which is 6 times cheaper than what you chumps are paying for it. So that's the ninth sanctions package. And should we get to our clown world? I think we should. And this clown world has to deal with FIFA. FIFA, they are rejecting Elensky's request to speak at the finals tomorrow. So Elensky, he is lobbying, or he lobbied FIFA to give him the stage, the video stage, a video conference call speech during the FIFA game in order to promote a message. This is what Elensky said: in order to promote a message of world peace, share a message of world peace. That is a quote from Elensky before the game between France and Argentina. And what did FIFA say? According to CNN, FIFA dismissed Elensky's office. And according to CNN, Elensky's office was surprised by the negative response. And according to CNN, talks are ongoing with FIFA and Ukraine despite the apparent snub. You know what they mean by that. They mean that the United States is now getting involved, and they're talking to FIFA and the European Union, the United States, the deep state. They're talking to FIFA, and they're going to try to strong-arm FIFA to allow Elensky to deliver a message of peace, of world peace before the match. You know, Elensky, he really wants this bad because he sees that he's disappearing towards irrelevancy. And he knows that people are just sick and tired of him. So his thinking is, you know, what's the biggest stage in the world for an actor like me to be in front of? Well, the World Cup. So I need to get my message, my image broadcast to everybody that's going to be watching the World Cup. And that's what Elensky is pushing for, because he feels it. He understands that people don't want to hear from him anymore. People are sick of Elensky. And the minute that happens, he's in big, big trouble. Those hundreds and hundreds of billions that he's got stashed away in all those 28 homes in London and Miami, they're going to do him no good if he starts to lose his clout and star power. And he knows it. So he wants to get onto the biggest stage in the world and deliver his message. And you know what's going to happen if they actually give it to him? I really hope they do give him the opportunity to speak. I really, really hope that FIFA buckles to collective West pressure and they allow Elensky to speak. Because I am positive that the reaction is going to be brutal. I mean, people are going to be furious if Elensky speaks before the World Cup. You know, no one wants, people are very, very tired of politics and sports being intermingled. And that's what FIFA said when they dismissed Elensky, but no reverse gear. No reverse gear, and Elensky is hungry for this type of gig. He wants it. And so I really, really, really hope they give him the stage, the video stage before the match, because it is going to turn off billions and billions of people. I wouldn't be surprised if the stadium actually boos. I would not be surprised if the stadium actually boos if Elensky is were to be given the floor before the World Cup match. Anyway, that is the video, everybody. TheDuran.locals.com. We are also on Rockfin. Go to the Duran shop, 10% off. Use the code Good Day. This is a hoodie with the Japanese flag, and look for our videos on all the platforms. Look for the Duran's videos, Alexander's videos, my videos, And I am going to sign out from St. Dimitri, St. Dimitri's Church here in Nicosia, Cyprus. Take care.